Today on the channel, we're back at with another G.I. Joe retro carded figure, this time with the female Crimson Guard.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another G.I. Joe retro card unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a female Cobra member in the female Crimson Guard. But for your Crimson Guard needs, head over to DJC Collectibles. Use discount code ADOFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. That's exactly what I did. Pick this one up over there in stock right now. A lot of good stuff over there at DJC Collectibles. And you guys know by now, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I do got a new shirt here, Ninja Force Zartan upcoming figure. I did get that from slickalicious.com. Hit the link in the description down below. They were nice enough to send me some new G.I. Joe shirts. You know I'm all about the shirts at the end of the day. And I'm all about G.I. Joe at the end of the day. My childhood favorite toy line to collect and play with. So many great memories, but not a lot of memories of a female Crimson Guard. You know, being sexist, Todd McFarlane, no. But obviously, male versions back in the day I had. So this is the first time around some of the female version. I guess it makes sense here. We'll get into that as we go through this review here. But we're here for some new retro carded figures. Crazy Leg's going to be an all-timer. And then we got Zap coming to the line as well. So hopefully we'll have the rest of those figures sooner rather than later. But let's dive into the old female Crimson Guard. Yes, female. We did have the male. I think the male was back when it was a Walmart exclusive line at one time. You remember those days? It was impossible to get mint-on-card figures for this, so I gave up the fight. I was going to have a mint-on-card collection of this, and I just said, I give up. It's too hard to find mint-on-card ones. They've sturdied the back. They've made them available everywhere. A lot easier to get at this point now. Going forward, we got hallmarks of the classic G.I. Joe packaging on this one. G.I. Joe Cobra, the enemy as we know. Star background there. There's the female Crimson Guard going hard, going strong right there. And then, of course, you got the loadout. You got the figure itself. Very cool. We're used to it by now. 4 and up for those keeping track at home. You got the file card, got the cross sell, got the jibber jabber, got the UPC. You know, playing all the hits. You know what we're up to here. Crimson Guard, Roll Cobra Elite Trooper. Primary specialty, undercover espionage. Secondary specialty, demolition. And it says axe and smash, but not crush, I noticed on this. Birthplace, various countries. Beautiful this time of year. You ever seen various countries? It's always hard to find. I remember as a kid, we had a globe in the classroom, and we'd always have the game at recess. Who can find the various countries? It was great. The Crimson Guard are the elite shock troops of the Cobra Legions. Too precious to be wasted on the battlefield. They are dispersed worldwide in deep cover, assuming normal appearances and lifestyles. Oh, a little espionage. I see how it is. And there is a fun story that goes along with this female Crimson Guard. I don't know if you guys know this or not, Todd. You chime in if you know this one here. But you guys know about Duke, right? You heard about Duke, the leader of the G.I. Joe team? Come on, what are we doing? What are we talking about there? And do you think I want to talk 6 minutes about Duke? You think I want to? No, but I have to. I have to do it. But long story short, or long story longer, we'll see how it goes. You know, this Crimson Guard originally enlisted in the Joe team. Yes, it's true. She wanted to be a Joe. She grew up, of course, saying, oh, the Joes, that's something I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of that team. And, you know, she finally hit 18, and that's the year you can enlist in the G.I. Joe team. Not a lot of 18-year-olds get in, though, right away. It's usually 21 and up, but, you know, not a lot of ladies. You know, got to diversify the portfolio. We know what's up with that. She registered for the Joe team there at 18. She wanted to start off as a grunt. And a lot of the ones start off as a green shirt grunt. You know, they just want to start there, get there. Maybe one day she can work her way to be a cover girl or a Lady J if she hopes, you know. Probably after Flint. We know how these women are. No. But, you know, she wanted to work her way up. And maybe she'd have a nice name in the Joe team. She thought that was her passion. That was going to be her march forward in life. But what happened? Yep, Duke happened. Duke walked into that recruiting office, said, Miss, let me take you into this office over here. And you can only imagine where it went from there with Duke. You know he's in the Epstein files. We found out he's racist. We found out a lot of bad things about Duke over the years. Can you imagine what he tried to do to this poor young girl in that room all by himself? Can you imagine? Breaker was standing out front of the door. He said, Breaker, why don't you go on break? And he gave him like $1 to get a can of soda. What are we doing? It said, so get some bubble gum too. Yeah, I think he said that as well. And Duke just did some of the worst deplorable things you could ever think of in that room. She came screaming out because, let's be honest here, Duke isn't very tough. You know, not very tough. He could get knocked over by Lifeline, and that tells you something. But she just, kneed Duke in the balls, as they usually do, gave him the old 1-2 in the face, dropped Duke to the floor, who started crying immediately like a baby, and she ran out of there and said, you know what? This Joe team isn't what I think it is. I'm going to go to Cobra. That's what she said. And then, unfortunately, in a weird time continuum thing right there, she went out the door. And who was coming around the left? It was Flint in full Tiger Force regalia, making sure, trying to find some new members for the Tiger Force. She would have fit in beautifully on the Tiger Force team. Didn't happen, though. Didn't happen, unfortunately. So I hate to tell these stories, but somebody's got to tell the truth. Won't somebody tell the truth? Won't somebody find a razor blade around here? But I think we all know by now about Duke. We all know about Duke and what he's up to. We know it. Well, let's get her out of the package here. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Got to go in through the bottom. You guys know, Todd, you know especially, I'm a backdoor expert. See you later. Goodbye. The back door is where I really shine, and that's what we did right here. You got the beautiful, beautiful stand, as I always say with these retro ones. Hasbro Pulse. Let's put these up on their website. Sell 10 packs. Sell 20 packs of these. You're already making them. Sell them to Hasbro Pulse members. What are we doing? Plastic Prison, Crimson Guard looking good. Got all kinds of stuff going on. Quite the loadout here, and we even get some extra hands, which isn't always a gimme with the Joe team, as we know. A little stingy on the hands every once in a while, we have seen over the years. What do we got going on here? Oh, a little tape. Nobody's stopping me. That's what Duke said. See you later. Goodbye. Nobody's stopping me. That's what Duke said. And then he got on the business end of a knee to the groin. And nobody wants to be on the business end of the knee to the groin. Never a good day at the office. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. Let's get down to our newest recruit here to the Cobra team. Could have been a Joe member. Could have been a Tiger Force member. Just the cards didn't go that way. We got a gripping hand, 2 different gripping hands out of the package. And then we get Fist. Fist of Fury. You want your Crimson Guard with Fist? You want them with Fury? You can do that if you want, or keep the gripping hands. Got to think most people are going to leave the gripping hands. You want to be able to grip it and rip it on those weapons. We know how that is. We do get the very cool backpack here. You can store a lot of stuff on the side. You can store the sheath on the side, plugs in there, all in black. And then, of course, you do get the beautiful sword here. Very, very regal is what this reminds me of. You got the black handle, silver blade. Pop that bad boy right in there like so, and you can store it on there. You got the Cobra insignia on here as well. And you can also store the other weapon here if you want to, like so. Plug the weapon on the side. So the backpack equals as some storage. I wish it opened up and I could put the extra hands in here. I hate to just have 2 hands. You got to put a little baggie together. And that's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. You know what I'm talking about. Looking good there. We do get a little side piece. Duke was trying to make her his side piece. Didn't work out for him. Black little pistol looking beautiful. And then we got a big old knife here like a young Crocodile Dundee. You never know what you might need something like this for. Looking very good. The silver and black attack once again. But now we're diving into the female Crimson Guard. Wouldn't be shocked to see this one repainted for, Python Patrol in the future. Maybe some other stuff. We'll see where it ends up going. Now, right off the bat, you got the head here. You got the silver mask. We've seen black. We've seen silver in the retro card. And we'll do comparisons later in this video if I didn't say that already. Got the helmet over the top. You could grab some of the extra heads we've got from some of the females, or even take like a Lady J head or whatever, and you could switch the heads out if you wanted to, if that was something you wanted to do. I don't want to, so I'm not going to do it. But if you wanted to, you could. It's your figure after all. But it does look good in the head sculpt department. Red bodysuit. It's the brighter red, not the darker red on this one. Got all the kind of badges and stuff up there. Cobra logo right there in the breasts. Yeah, right there. That's where they're going, looking good. In silver, you got the cording around the side of the right arm. You got some around the wrist there, a little silver action. You got a little insignia for Cobra on the arm. You got the black gloves going on. And of course, you got those big high black boots. You can just hear those boots coming. You got the holster on the side for the side piece. Got the holster on the other side for the knife. Be able to store everything on the figure. That's playing all the hits, if you ask me. Got the belt over the top, and it got a V in the middle. Why not? V for vengeance. That's what it is. Butterfly shoulders on this one. Arms all the way around. Bicep cut. Double jointed. pinless elbows, playing the hits, hands back and forth, side to side, trigger finger over here, head back and forth, side to side, up and down. You get the dumbbell joint up top, plus a traditional waist. Got those big old classified splits if you need them, retro carded classified. Leg goes way up there if you need to, drop down hips as well. Thigh cut nicely hidden behind there. Double jointed pinless knees, very tight. Boot cut, and then you got the ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. We're playing all the hits here. Every single hit being played across the board there, ready to go with the Cobra Crimson Guard female edition this time. And what do you know? Fits right on the stand, as she should, as she should. So there it is. Latest and greatest from the Retro Card series. You know I'm here for this. Building out the Joes. I'm getting a little nervous here as we're deep and way past the championship rounds at this point. Well over 100 figures. I've got, what do I got? 4 Billy bookcases to fill in my G.I. Joe Classified series. It's getting tight. It's getting tight like a young cheap trick. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I don't really have room in that room to expand somewhere else. I don't know what I'm going to do. Could it be so hard to say goodbye of something else in the future? Do I buy another house? What do I do, Todd? We got a war plan and get a game together. We got a game plan, but that's neither here nor there. But looking pretty good right here. I do got the other version, the male version here. Kind of cool to build out that army, male and females together. You know, it is 2026 after all. Looking pretty good. And then we got the original version here, which is a little darker in color tones. Not a bad figure, though, either. Obviously, the basis for this one. Get the most out of your molds. You know how that goes as well. But the Crimson Guard team, one of the iconic Cobra army builders from back in the day. Very cool to get them in this day and age. Have to imagine this one will be pretty popular with the army building aspect. But we'll see where it goes. But what's your thoughts on this one? You picking it up? You need this in your collection? Long game, no game, not so sure game? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I should say channels. I got 2 YouTube channels with content every single day. Appreciate the support over there. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, each and every single Tuesday. My wife, Angie, joins me. Yes, Todd, you know about Angie. Yes, folks, I am married. I know some people can't believe it, but that's what I hear all the time. But my wife and I do a weekly podcast each and every Tuesday. Check it out wherever podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for a little Crimson Guard female edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We're going to the end of the line.